Welcome back to my channel for another video. So it's been a few weeks since we've done this. Literally, I'm having to think how many weeks it's been since I've actually put a video like this out. It's probably been about 2 weeks or something like that. So now we've been very busy. Right, straight into it. So this was a FTSE trade, like sort of FTSE 100 on the European Open. I actually had to stack my positions. So I trade 3 times a day, guys. I trade the European Open, the US Open and the US Close. I aim for about £300 on each session. So I'm looking between £9,000 and £1,000 every day. So that's what my target is. I'm a conservative trader, so that suits me. I'm having people saying to me, you know, why aren't you making more? I'm a conservative trader. I'm very happy to make £1,000 a day. Very happy. I used to have to work 2 weeks for that. So anyway, let's crack on. Before I crack on, make sure that you smash that like button. Make sure that you subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. And if you want to contact me, you can contact me on my Instagram, and that is sambora.00. I now have a website, and the website is in my bio on my Instagram. If you want to find out more about what I do, you can have a look. So I hope you enjoy this trade. Okay, so this is the European Open, and this is the FTSE 100, otherwise known as the UK 100 on my platform. So this time, guys, I actually took 2 stacked positions. So this is the first one, and the reason for that was because basically I wasn't overly happy with how the future was operating on this morning. Okay, so I basically took half the position that I normally would, and then, you know, I've actually got 2 positions stacked. Obviously you can't see the second one at the moment because this is actually the second one. Okay, so my first entry was a little bit higher, so my first entry wasn't perfect, which I'm so glad that I just took half the position size that I did. So this is actually my second position, and we will come to the second position soon. Okay, but you know, it's important, guys. Sometimes you just, you know, you get to know by how the future or the stock or the indice is performing, whether or not you want to go in with a big position. You know, sometimes I do go in with big positions, but I only do that when I'm comfortable and happy with, you know, the characteristics that I'm seeing in front of me. And then of course there is other times that, you know, I'll go in with a smaller position, and the reason for that is because, you know, I'm not overly happy with how it's performing, so I don't want to, you know, commit myself as much as what I normally would. And I think it's important to recognize that fact, and you don't have to go in with these big positions all the time. You can literally take half the position size, and that's what I've done on this occasion. And this was interesting actually, because this is the very first session where I guided my students. So, you know, now I have students, and this was the very first session that I guided them. So it was actually quite a difficult trade, to be perfectly honest with you, which is sod's law, isn't it? You know, the first session that you guide your students is a very difficult session. So that's why it's stacked. You know, these trades, you know, obviously I've edited it because it went on for quite some time. And I'm sure you guys will get bored if you're just sitting here for 15-20 minutes looking at a trade. So obviously it's edited, but it took quite a considerable amount of time to wait on these trades to become profitable. I was happy to hold them because of the characteristics that were being, you know, developing in front of me, and it's important, and it's really important. And another thing about these trades were, you know, I think it's very important that you operate in an environment that is comfortable. You know, it's absolutely essential that you create an environment that is comfortable, because, you know, you're trading for years. You know, this is not for weeks or months. This is something that you're going to do potentially for years. So you must create that environment where it's sustainable. A sustainable environment that you can stay in over a long period of time. Okay, so as I was saying, you know, I've been holding this, and I don't think I'm going to get much more out of this, to be perfectly honest with you. You know, probably as soon as it just goes over 100, I will probably just close that out and protect my capital, take that quick profit. As I said before, guys, I aim for 300 on each session. So 300 on the European Open, 300 on the New York Open, and 300 on the New York Close. So roughly between 900 and £1,000 per day. That's my target. Delighted with that. If I can make 5k a week, delighted. So I'll take that. 144, take that. So this is my second position, guys, or actually this is my first position. So this is the first position that I took. So this position was actually, I entered too early. Okay, my entry wasn't very good in this. It was early, and I'm so glad, as I was saying, that I took 2 stacked positions, because this is actually the first position. So it was high negative net position, waited for it to go down, and bought in on the second position, bought the dip basically. And, you know, so I've already made just over £100. I think it was like £140 or something like that on the first position. So this is the second position, and I was actually prepared to potentially take a loss on this one, and you know, overall net wise, I'd have came out at a negative net of, well, it would have been zero. But I hold this, it comes good for me. And again, it's all about taking them quick profits. You know, the longer you hold, the more you're exposing your capital. So I'm a firm believer in, you know, taking these trades, taking these greens. And bearing in mind, guys, I'm trading 3 times a day, 5 days a week. So that's 15 trades potentially. A lot of the time it's more than that. So there you have it, guys, £250. So I always relate that to how much I used to make when I worked a full-time job. So to take home £250 net, I used to have to work probably about 2.5 days for that, 9-hour shifts. So £250, I'm absolutely delighted. You know, I trade another 2 sessions after that and aim for another 300 thereabouts. So that's what it's all about. It's about creating opportunities. It's about creating opportunities and operating in an environment that you feel comfortable in. So I hope you enjoyed this week's trade. Great to do another one. It's been a good few weeks since I put a trade like this out. Obviously I'm not going into a huge amount of detail in terms of my patterns and strategies. You know, I have students now, so I've got to retain that information for them. Hope you enjoyed this week's video. Again, if you haven't already done so, make sure you smash that like button. Make sure that you subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. And again, guys, if you want to contact me, you can contact me on my Instagram, and that's sambora.00. And again, I have a website, and the link is in my bio if you want to find out more about what it is that I do. Have a good week.